What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Mom and Son Show.
I'm the mom.
And I'm the son. It is Wednesday morning, and we have a hot topic for you today. Governor Ron DeSantis just signed his bill on Monday, taking control of Reedy Creek, which is, if you do not know, which is formerly the governing body of Disney World. So that is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the before of what Reedy Creek actually does, and then we're going to talk about what this new bill turned Reedy Creek into. So let's go ahead and jump right into it for y'all.
So a real quick background is when Disney decided to build Walt Disney World, he wanted to make sure that he could build the best and also quickly. So the Reedy Creek Improvement District was formed, and Disney was able to get that signed because of Epcot. He convinced the legislators of Florida that, hey, I'm going to build this community. It's going to bring in taxes. You're going to bring in tourism. It was called the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, which obviously was Epcot.
Quiz question for you, because EPCT is Epcot. So if you didn't know, with the O, if you didn't know what Epcot stands for, that is actually what Epcot was supposed to be and is still what it stands for today.
Okay. So they went ahead and they agreed to that. And what this district, what the Reedy Creek was allowing Disney to do is they were able to self-govern. So anything that they wanted to do within laws, obviously, at Walt Disney World, they were able to do probably at a faster rate than you or and I would be able to do as far as building, as far as infrastructures for roadways and hotel buildings and all of that. So they basically had their own control. They didn't have to go through any of the red tape through the state.
And this was huge for Disney because remember, they were building at the time 3 more parks. So with them to say, hey, I need to build a big tree at Animal Kingdom, they just have to go through the Reedy Creek and they can get it approved without going through the government, which we all know is very fast these days. So it's huge for Disney to get that approved. Now, moving on. By the way, in that Reedy Creek agreement,
Improvement District, yep.
You were allowed to, they had it written down that they were allowed to build a nuclear plant and also an airport. They were never built, the nuclear plant was never built. I think they used to have an airport, but it got shut down real quick.
They did not build it.
Oh, okay.
They did not build the airport. It was like an Air Force base, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. I'd have to look that
up.
We'll
look that up and we'll get back to you like we always do.
Yeah.
But they had the rights, and we'll see if those rights are now stripped coming up on the current news. So back in March, there was a tweet saying, we're not getting political on this page because the one thing that we know is never talk about politics or religion. But there was a tweet. It all started when Governor Ron DeSantis started to go at Disney World because of the no gay law.
Correct. Don't say gay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So Disney, with Chapek in charge, Disney came back and made a comment about it and kind of put Disney in a situation. And anyone who knows Governor DeSantis, when he has his thoughts on something, he's going to not push them, but he fights for them. Which
essentially that law is just from kindergarten to 3rd grade. No material saying gay or anything of the LGBTQ should be taught to kids. Mm-hmm. That's what that law is, if you're not from Florida or if you haven't heard anything about it. But just on Monday, he signed the bill saying that Reedy Creek is no more, and it is now
the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District.
Which whoever is the governor assigns the 5 board members that overrun.
He appoints them, but then the Senate actually has to
vote
approve
them
it.
in. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So essentially, effectively Monday, the former board members were let go, and they assigned new board members to the head council.
Let's see. Basically, the new district is allowing them to do a lot of the things that they had before. So they can still do their managing of their utilities, their building permits. They can sue if there's any issues. They can purchase more property, lease their facilities. So that part remained the same. However, Guess what they're not allowed to do now? Specifically states it.
I'm going to say they're not allowed to build nuclear plants or airports on property.
Correct. That was taken out of the agreement. Thank goodness for the nuclear part.
Yeah, because the nuclear part, they have so many solar panels on there anyways. What do they need nuclear power for?
Right. So listed here are just the 5 board members that DeSantis has already appointed. If you look at it, I think there's 3 attorneys there. There's 1 school board member, and then there's 1 member who was the founder and chairman of an airline software company. So a lot of the things that people were talking about is the people that are on that board, do they really have the interest in Disney World, the emotional interest? Because a lot of people are tied emotionally. They don't look at the business aspect of it. Okay.
So now what? So what does that mean to actually you? It means nothing. It honestly means nothing. If they're going through the same approval point, the only thing that it's going to mean is if Disney wants to approve something, it's not on Disney's terms now. It's on the people's terms. It's on these 5 individuals. It's on the courts. Whereas before, Disney would just think of it and it'd pretty much be approved because Disney appointed the Reedy Creek.
Right.
Is that
correct?
Essentially correct?
And what does Disney say about it? So for a while, Disney didn't have any response. There was talk about maybe Disney would try to sue and say you can't do this. So Jeff Vail, who is the Disney World president, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. He stated, for more than 50 years, the Reedy Creek Improvement District has operated at the highest standards, and we appreciate all that the district has done to help our destination grow and become one of the largest economic contributors and employers in the state. We are focused on the future and are ready to work within this new framework, and we will continue to innovate, inspire, and bring joy to the millions of guests who come to Florida to visit Disney World each year. So it sounds to me as if they understand that there's going to be this change, and they're going to live by it. They're going to make the best. If you're given lemons, you're going to make lemonade.
Absolutely. And just because they had the Reedy Creek development didn't mean that their codes or their standards were down. If you've ever been to Disney World, their codes and standards, it withstood all the hurricanes that we've had come through here in the past 50 years.
A lot of people would evacuate to Disney when they knew that
so their buildings are more secure and probably have higher codes than anybody else around the Orlando area. So that didn't stop anything. And that is the slideshow. Make sure you subscribe to us. Before we get going, though, we have to make sure that we have our mom joke of the day.
Here's my mom joke. How does Luke Skywalker get through the forest?
How does Luke Skywalker? I don't know.
Ewoks.
Nice.
If you don't know Star Wars, you're not going to really understand that.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Especially.
Yes.
Like it. I know you guys are watching, but you're not liking. It's okay if you're not subscribed.
It even if you don't.
Exactly. Or put a thumbs down. Any reaction is good. Good reaction. Let's go here. But if you know more about Reedy Creek, please leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm the mom.
And I'm the son. And this is the Mom and Son Show.